Hello everybody, it is July 31st, 2017. It's a Monday. I'm feeling great, and this is just one odd guy doing an odd blog, and I'm KNW. And welcome to the odd blog, everyone. This is okay. I will say this is kind of a different type, well, not a different type, but this is kind of a Audblog / channel update / kind of just introduces you to the Audblog type thing, how everything is going to go. So anyways, it's Monday. Let's just blog a little bit. This morning I was not feeling it at all this morning getting up. I woke up half an hour later than my alarm, which is okay. I just moved, so I'm still adjusting to the times, trying to figure out when I need to leave to be on time for work and my bus, and I think I found it. I think I found the times I need to be up, well, not up, but out of the door, so I'm ready to go for work. It was a little bit adjustment. Like the last few days I've been early, like extremely early for my bus, and I was like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm starting to walk from my place to the bus depot to catch my last bus up to work. So it's been great. I had a great weekend. I had a really great weekend. I wasn't feeling good Sunday, but Saturday I had my son this weekend for the first time in a month. It feels great. Before you get all uptight, oh, why did you have your son? It's because, as I told you last video, I only had one room, like for myself. It's too tight, and they didn't really like kids after the fact. Before you ask, oh, why did you move into a place that didn't like kids and you have a kid? Well, it's not that. I told them right from the beginning, yeah, I have a son, he's going to come over every once in a while. And they're just like, oh, well, yeah, we're fine, we could discuss that later down the road, and we did. And oh, yeah, sure, he can come over. And the first night he was there's like, no, he can't be here again. This is his last time. It's like, well, what can you do, right? The thing is don't lie to someone. If you don't like kids, and this is a message to all landlords, all people who are and you know, in general, people, if you don't like kids, tell people right away who have kids. Like, if you're inviting people over and they say, oh, well, I have kids, I have my children, can my children come? Instead of saying, oh, well, you know, yeah, they can come and be miserable about it, you know what? As a parent, I'd rather you say, no, I don't like children, than have my son there, have my child there, and make you miserable because you didn't say, yeah, I kind of have an issue with children. Because, you know, and that's the thing, people can have issues with children. I have no problems with people having issues with children. It happens. People are like that. It's just the way things work. But the thing is be honest about it. If you do not like children, say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm just not a big fan of children. There's a lot of people who are like that. Like, and you know what? I respect them for telling me. This is the kind of stuff that society needs to do a little bit more. They need to kind of be upfront and tell you right up front how they're feeling. And that honestly saves a lot of things. Like, you're trying to spare people's feelings. Like, if someone tells me, oh, I don't really like kids, they're just like, yeah, well, everyone's entitled to their opinion. You know? They can act the way they want to act. They can be the way they want to be about children. The major thing is that I have a child. I have no choice. I have to like them, which I do. I like my son. I love my son. He's great. He's loads of fun. And, you know, we just had a great weekend together. So, I won't go into too much detail of that yet, on what we did this weekend. Then, yeah, this morning I woke up. I woke up this morning. I was gonna make coffee for myself yesterday, but I ended up getting busy. Had the water poured into it. I was like, awesome, great. All I need to do is put the coffee into my coffee maker and then push go, and then I can get dressed and my coffee will be ready. Because I only have like a single coffee cup maker. So because I'm living by myself, I don't need to have like 3 cups of coffee made for me when I'm only going to have enough time for one. So I like that coffee maker a lot. So anyways, I have that going, and then I go get dressed, come back, see my coffee, look at my coffee cup, because it's a single cup, my coffee cup is only like probably about a centimeter, or maybe like a centimeter, or maybe like a quarter of an inch on the bottom layer of the coffee cup. And I gave enough time to brew it, the entire thing, and to get down and get going like through all of it. It's like, okay, well, something's not right here. It's like, okay, I can guess where all of that the water is. Opened it up, sure enough, the top of it's all in the cup. It's all in the coffee maker cup. Then I look into the sink and I see the filter. The filter is in the sink, and that's what did it. I put the coffee grinds right into the cup thing, and it clogged the hole up and held the beans and the coffee up there. It's like, oh, come on! I just want coffee! Jeez! Like, it was a Monday morning. I was feeling like so grumpy. I thought I was gonna have a grumpy day just from that. I was like, oh, come on, you damn it, coffee, make it. Ugh. And I was like, okay, screw it, whatever. You know what, it happens. You know, everyone has those anger moments of coffee rage, and I had my coffee rage type deal thing, and not proud of it, but I was a little upset that my coffee wasn't made. Then I was like, you know what, I just need a coffee. I can't just like hold off on it. I'm just gonna go make this coffee, and quickly cleaned it all up, got my coffee made, had my coffee, felt better, feel a complete 180. I feel complete 180 from where I was feeling when that happened. And then I walked to work. I found the right time. I pretty much walked in right at the right moment, right when the bus got there. It was perfect. It was perfect timing. I think that's the time I'm going to be leaving from now on. Maybe and try to get a couple minutes earlier, who knows. But that was great. It was a great start to my day. Come in, get to work, and just get working. So my Monday morning has been fairly great, and I am excited about that. So anyways, like I said, kind of what's going on is this is the Audblog. I'm going to be doing this is also sort of a channel update. Because last night after my son went with his mom, I kind of just decided, I'm going to research something, and I did a little research for some games to it. I found this really awesome game, which I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I am going to be making some series from it, and it is from Roblox. So if you know what Roblox is, I am going to be doing some gaming from there. I'm also have another idea for another game, which I'm going to hopefully start recording tomorrow night. Now, here's the deal. You can look, if you want a huge hint, you can follow me on Twitter at kwilmco, KWILMCO, or you can just click the link down below and then follow me from there. If you follow Twitter or Instagram, which Instagram is the same name, KNW998. So, I gave a huge hint. I released a meme. I created it myself, and we're going to address that meme in the first video that I'm recording. And just so you guys know, so I have games figured out. 2 games already figured out. I have a couple of games I'm thinking of doing along with the Audblog. Now, with the Audblog, you might notice that with my image, I have myself as a piece of strip of bacon. You might notice I also have another figure there, which I just put kind of a question mark over, and that's because, I'm announcing the new format. This is kind of still how the format of the Audblog is going to go, but I am announcing that I'm going to have a new co-host. I'm going to have a co-host with me. She's great. She's my, okay, we have a weird relationship. The way it is she's my son's aunt, but not my sister. So his mother's sister is kind of, so it's a weird dynamic. And I was talking with her. Her and I are going to be doing this Audblog together. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. So just so everyone knows, that's kind of what's going on with the Audblog. That's kind of where it's going. And also, since it's going to be both of us, one other aspect of the show that I wanted to get through was advice line. The advice line is simple. You need some advice on relationships, there's someone doing something weird, career-wise, life, anything like that. If you have a topic that's bothering you, you want my opinion on it, you know what? Send it on the advice line. In the interaction station down below, you can put an advice and give a nickname so we can refer to you as that person. And we'll give advice. We'll give you advice and we'll help you out. Give us our opinions. I find a lot of people need a lot of help talking, and this is one way. I want to help out some people too by doing that. It helps out a lot. Sometimes I'm not a therapist, but just in generally talking to some people, getting it out there sometimes helps a lot. And also, if you have topics to discuss, well, we can talk about those too. I did post this kind of type deal thing on my first Audblog type thing on Friday, I think. Friday or Thursday? One of the two, I can't remember. And I did get a reply. So, I'm just going to do this topic by myself. Next time, most topics we're going to be doing with my I call her my sister, but, she's my son's aunt. We'll be doing it with my co-host on the next episode. So send in topics, send in advice line stuff. We don't have any advice line today, but I will talk about this topic. And this topic was sent in by D. Garrick of Kamloops, my hometown. And I personally know this guy. He is he's a great guy. He's probably one of my oldest friends, and I'm happy. Thank you for supporting the channel there. And I'm really happy, and I'm here to talk about I'm only answering one of your questions because you sent in quite a few. I'm here to talk about the one question, and it's on this: is the NFL rigged? Alright, so this is a great question because I think I want to just expand on it even a little bit more. I don't want to say, is the NFL rigged? I want to say, is the entire sports industry rigged? That's kind of what that's kind of where I'm taking this. First off, it's hard to say. There's so many conspiracy theories out there, with any sport. Obviously, sports industries are trying to just make money. Obviously, a lot of the TV contracts, they want to get views. That is their main aspect of this show. The main aspect of their thing is to get viewers, They want people to watch their sport. So obviously, and you look at NHL, I'm more familiar with NHL than NFL. If you look at NHL, look at the outdoor games. Have you seen an outdoor game with Carolina in it? Have you seen an outdoor game with Arizona? How about Dallas Stars? The Dallas Stars hasn't been an outdoor game, look at these least popular teams. They're not having outdoor games, and they only put the big teams that have a fan base in these outdoor games. Look at last year's Toronto and Detroit, probably two of the biggest fan bases. This year, Ottawa and Montreal are going to have one. I don't know, that's not huge, but Montreal's huge. Ottawa kind of has a fan base, but out of all Canada, Ottawa has the least fan base. But they can look at this. They always put the most popular teams together. That's why Philadelphia has been in so many. That's why Chicago has been in so many outdoor games. So you can see that they're kind of doing that. Now, for rigging it, I don't know. It's hard to say. You take a look at the finals of the NHL last year, and I'm not, NFL, I don't know how to say. I don't know much about NFL, so that's why I keep referring to the NHL. And that's why I named this video is Professional Sports Rigged. If you take a look at NHL, a lot of people thought, having a Canadian team, the NHL's rigging it. The refs just keep blowing calls and everything like that. But they're blowing calls both ways, everywhere. The NHL reffing was horrible throughout the playoffs. Let's just get that through. Now, as an Ottawa Senators fan, I can safely say I did not feel like the NHL rigged it against Ottawa. Honestly, if any team should feel feel like the system's rigged against them, New York Rangers or New York Rangers or Columbus, they all deserve that. They deserve to have that. Oh, the system's rigged against them. Or Montreal, they all had to face against teams that were higher than them in the standings or equal, and they had a hard time. Like New York Rangers, I feel sorry for. Well, not sorry for them. They had the primo. Like, here's the thing. I think this system was rigged for the New York Rangers to get to the finals. It was on them that they did not get to the finals. Like, seriously, the finals should have been, on paper, New York Rangers versus either Washington or Pittsburgh or Columbus, if Columbus had gone past. That, like, if you looked at the standings and the way the beginning of the playoffs started, that's the way it should have been. You can only blame the New York Rangers for not getting to the finals, not getting past Ottawa. That's all on the New York Rangers, and Ottawa obviously getting their ass into gear and just playing a really strong game. So obviously the way I feel is, you want to say that they're not rigging these sports, but you take a look at it, they do have a lot invested into certain teams and everything like that. There's obviously more fan base. When you look at like last year, if you look at the NFL, let's go to NFL. You take the Patriots and the Falcons. Who has the bigger fan base? The Patriots, obviously. I don't know how big the fan base is in Atlanta, but I can probably just take a wild guess that New England has a bigger fan base. Now, I don't know about you, but I like the integrity of sport. I like the competition, and I think that's where sport is the best. Now, I personally would have rather seen Atlanta win. However, for competition-wise, for the story-wise, for everything else, for the storyline, the New England Patriots coming back from that big deficit was a tremendous story. All right? And it was great for TV ratings. It was great for everyone who watched. It was a great game. It wasn't just one side of the sea, and that's the thing. With games, it's better when it's competition. It's better when it's close. It's better when it's not just one-sided. Take a look at this past weekend's CFL. There's 2 games on Saturday. The Rough Riders versus the Argonauts, and the Stampeders versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats. One game was a complete blowout. The other game, fairly close, but the other team still kind of beat them a bit more, but it was close for the majority of the game. Which game was more entertaining? A 60-1 game between Calgary and Hamilton, or the 38-27 game between Saskatchewan and the Argonauts? You gotta go with that one. The close games. The CFL has not been this entertaining to see and watch for a while. Like, now that we're not seeing the big blown out scores, like we've seen that Winnipeg in the past week came back 41-40 with a touchdown in the last second. Like, close games are just great. Like, look at baseball. Yesterday's game, Blue Jays, a grand slam to walk-off winner. Sean Pierce, I think. I don't know his last name. I don't know. Like, I'm not paying attention to much other sports than really. I don't pay attention to much other sports than hockey and slightly CFL and everything like that. Now, that being said, I feel there's slight rigging in some things. I feel like there's slight, there could be. And that's the thing, is in anything there could be rigging. There could have been a rig in the election, like in the U.S. election votes. There could have been a rig in the Canadian elections. They could be rigging how the teams' calls go against teams. Who knows? The thing is I guess I'm naive, I guess. I'm naive, and I like to think that the integrity of sport is still there. I like to think that the sports entertainment that we are watching is not staged and it's not rigged. However, it could be. However, as long as they don't, as long as they kind of give teams that don't get that opportunity a chance every once in a while, like the NHL did. If it is rigged and they allowed Nashville to have their opportunity, allowed Ottawa to have that deep run, guess what? Then they keep rigging it. You know what? I don't care. but they got it. Like, here's the thing, and with general and sports, I like a new champion every year. So right now, with the way the Pittsburgh Penguins being the champions 2 years in a row, I will literally flip shit if the Pittsburgh Penguins win the Stanley Cup again. New England Patriots, give someone else a try. You know, it's time for New England to stop. Are they going to be stopped? Who knows? I don't know. Like, it's time. I like new teams coming in, and that's why my least favorite sport out of all, and you could just look at this and you judge from mine, my least favorite sport has to be basketball. The NBA, this has had the same finals 3 years in a fucking row. NBA is not... we have Charles Barkley saying he'd rather watch the NHL playoffs, a basketball legend, rather watch the NHL playoffs because it's more entertaining than watching the Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers playing for the 5th time in a row or 5th time in 10 years or something like that in the NBA Finals. That's saying something. That's saying something. Like, the changing up of teams makes things interesting, and really NBA has got to, like, it's not even like they are rigging the system. NBA is doing it wrong, completely wrong. Like, I don't know what else to say. That's just kind of how it goes. I like to say that the NHL isn't rigged and the NFL isn't rigged. I would really like to say that. But the fact of the matter is that you can't say that it's not. There could be, but I'm not going to go out and say, oh, the NHL is rigged, oh, the NFL is rigged, oh, all professional sports are rigged. But if they are, you can see who's doing a good job with it. You can see that the NHL is doing a great job rigging their sport. The NFL somewhat is doing an okay job rigging it. But the NBA, if any league is rigging the league or rigging the sport, the NBA is doing the worst job out of the entire sports industry. Oh, well, that was a little bit of a rant, and that has been a mini Audblog. Kind of an Audblog. That's how the Audblog is going to be going, kind of type deal thing. Usually at this time we would go to the advice line, but I kind of want to wait for my co-host to be with me to do that, which will be the next episode. I'm hoping to record with her this week, get an episode ready for this weekend, and yeah. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed the Audblog. If you haven't, go hit the advice line, hit the interaction station, and I will see you guys later on this week. I'll even be releasing some gaming videos hopefully this week too. I'm hoping to record some at least record some. Anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed this, and send in your other topics. You just heard a big long rant from me on sports. So if you like this, do the thing, like the video, comment down below, subscribe to me, follow me on Twitter at KWilmco, KWILMCO, and that will be the video. Oh, and Instagram too, KNW9898, all the stuff down below. Alright, have a good one. Bye.